Hey guys, my name's JB and I'd like to explain to you how geometry is at the heart of the flow arts and how the flow arts bring beauty to my life. Flow has been around since the universe was first created. I believe there is a sacred geometrical flow that is rooted throughout the universe, from our DNA to the way the galaxies are aligned. To understand and tap into these flow frequencies, one must go through a transitional flow phase to fuse with the energies surrounding us. The flow arts have transformed the way I connect mentally, physically, and spiritually with the frequencies of the universe. They have only enriched my daily journey and still continue to make my life more beautiful with a continuous current of positive energy. Geometry, the branch of mathematics concerned with the properties and relations of points, lines, surfaces, solids, and higher dimensional analogs. Comparing geometry to the flow arts, we make designs and patterns configured to each Flowtoys' geometrical shape and property. For example, a hula hoop is a duplicate of a circle. To find the circumference of that circle, we take 2 times pi times the radius and we formulate our hula hoop, which we now can refer to as pi. Now we can take a look at poi, which is similar to the golden ratio. Or for those who remember geometry class, we refer to this as Fibonacci sequence, where starting with 1, each new number in the sequence is simply the sum of the previous 2. This sequence is referred to as phi, which in the flow arts we can refer to now as poi. In geometry, there are many equations that are boundless, and like a line, without an endpoint, that line remains infinite until another point is added. Just like the continuous endlessness of that line, the flow arts remain infinite as well. Any move, shape, or design can be created by a performer, depending on one's body type and skill set. Over the past few years, by studying the nature of these sacred geometric patterns, forms, and their relationships, we can determine these patterns are embedded throughout our universe. They produce harmonic proportions that are integrated in everything, from architecture, art, nature, and music. Whether these shapes are traditional or perplexed, what our brain perceives as reality is an unveiling beauty of proportionate or obscure geometric patterns that channel through our mind, body, and spirit. For me, flow is the highest form of consciousness. Once any 2 or more energy frequencies begin to resonate together, is when they begin to intertwine and transition into one. Of course, the transitional phase is a learning experience. But once any 2 or more energies fuse into one, a spark of new energy is created. This new energy can now be transferred or converted to any other frequencies. Once you can connect these forces mentally, physically, and spiritually, is when one can reach transcendent levels with your flow state. Poi started out with a single avenue for myself to flow, and has led me into flowing with not only my hobby, where, like most, started out spinning tennis balls and socks, but channeled into other personal opportunities of growth. Like how a train converts coal to steam, which in turn powers the train, I have learned to convert my negative energy to positive and transition smoothly from one emotion to the next. The flow arts have taught me fluidity to transform my energy efficiently and with the least amount of resistance. About a year ago, I was on the beach right after sunset and began to spin by myself. Before I knew it, I was like a high voltage bug zapper attracting a crowd of people. All of a sudden, I was surrounded by 10 plus people, all mesmerized by the flow of fire and calming waves crashing around us. When all was said and done, I was ecstatic that my practice turned into a performance that naturally engaged others in fellowship and oneness. Like the continuous current of the ocean, that evening embarked on the power of the flow arts to channel new friendships and to connect others with the energy surrounding us. This is how the positive energy of the flow arts have continued to make my life more beautiful.